Hey, Brian King at King Law. After doing this for 22 years, I'm starting to determine that there is a calendar to what we do at King Law. And it's interesting because each year is so different. But in some ways, there's things that happen each time that I think are important. Well, we start off the year in January, and that's our big in person quarterly meeting. And that's where I do a State of the Union address. And we talk all about what our plans are for the upcoming year, what what offices that we're going to be opening, what kind of new practice areas we might be getting into, what are the new people that may be a part of that. A lot of times we start January in with our new staff members and things like that to get it started. So January is such an important piece of what our year is looking like. In those cold months of February and March, a lot of that time is built on the recruiting piece because our law students are now getting into the next year. The 1Ls, the first year law students, have a moratorium against being able to recruit their first semester. So now we're into that second semester. It's time to try to find, and those 1Ls we're really looking for to try to make a 2-year commitment over the summers to our firm. So that's an important piece of what we're doing during that sort of February, March, the colder months, as those things start coming together. Coming out of that in April and May, these are usually our busiest months of the year. Oddly enough, when it comes to law firms, especially the kind of work that we do, it's kind of a luxury item, and tax returns and things like that come back. And usually that April, May time is a very busy time for us. People start to think about the end of the school year, about what's going to be going on with their kids. It's important from family law standpoint. A lot of times big trials are scheduled for this time because of inclement weather issues in the mountain areas where we are. So a lot of our litigation and work like that comes during that time. As we get into the summer months, now that's when things really heat up because usually by May our interns are in. This year we had 32 interns. We have had as many as 40 interns. We have a large group of people. So for us at King Law, that's usually like having a law school class as being a part of what we are. We're teaching a whole section of lawyers for those months as we go into it. July being usually a good check-in time where we try to get back to the basics and make sure that all of our bases are covered and have those kind of events that go on during the summer months. As you get into the fall time, that's conference times for us. A lot of times we come up with our ideas, we go into different conferences, things like the Clio conference and other conferences that are very important for us. It's usually when we start thinking about our technologies, what things that we might be doing. If it's artificial intelligence, we're going to be dealing with those issues and things like that as we get into the fall. And then, of course, the final months of the year is our attorney retreats, our case manager retreats, our off campus type times that we spend. We also have a big Christmas party every year, which is a big part of building our fellowship and our team up. And we love Christmas time, and usually as our legal cases kind of wind down towards the end of the year, that's when we spend a lot of our time in meetings and get planned up for the next year. That's a very brief overview of what it looks like. It is crazy. Every week there's something more, but that's a little bit of the King Law calendar.